Dusk on the side of Java as we get into game number 1 here. Very, very excited to bringing you this. It should be a pretty close match, I think, because I think Balloonboy has a lot of that upset factor, but has been unfortunately unable to close out those big upset situations. It's been 3-0 in Java's favor so far, but I think as Balloonboy continues to build their experience, they've been becoming a much bigger threat to be reckoned with, not dropping a lot of confirms, not missing a lot of SIGs. It's just becoming more and more confident in these high pressure situations, because you're here, trial of Baldr, NA 1v1s. This is your top 8 qualifier match, so you have to try to make a big upset here versus Java, who has already been pretty solid on the spear, switching over to the orb very quickly.
Starting to see a few D-lights coming out from Balloon's bow. Starting to see a few side lights and dares come out from Java's orb. Still in the trusty picks that we praise them for so much, not only the beginning of the stream, but also the beginning of the set. Still, slight damage lead in favor of Java, but nothing that a Sayer won't be able to fix. Nair actually threatens the KO. Picks up gauntlets, doesn't really quite find the KO, tries to fish for D-Light. Java returns the favor. Back the end, Seg also doesn't get punished, and Balloonboy still has to try and find the KO on gauntlets. Is the side air going to be it? Yes, it is! Baits out the Nair, no chase dodge, no one picks up the phone, and Java goes down. First stock of the set.
And this is what I was talking about with that Balloonboy upset potential on the gauntlets, has been showing kind of their dominance here versus Java, who on the spear has been struggling to get anything going here. But I mean, a spear ground pound out of disadvantage is all it takes sometimes, as Java comes right back into the game into a 2-stock apiece situation. Java into that light orange, Balloonboy having some pretty good damage. You want that damage coming into this stock. That extra credit is always so nice versus Java.
Balloon chasing, hounding after Java to try and build this lead that he has, but Java kind of pulling a bit of a Meg D on us, and really using some of that schmoove, that footwork to work, as Balloonboy's not really finding anything connecting, and Java's able to even out the game just by leaving a trail of attacks behind him as he rushes around for just a lion. Still, bow off stage against unarmed. Gonna be a pretty nasty bite for Java to have to roll on with. Sidelight sends him off, tries to bait something out with a dash jump. Nair sends up. Gauntlets trying to bait out a dodge, it works, but he can't find anything after that. Java's still just jumping around. And like picks him to the side. Finally, Java's spear coming out, but it is only as brief as it needs to be. Java, for once, ahead in the game.
Yeah, Java, I mean, you know, Balloonboy having that early lead and some extra credit, but it doesn't really mean all that much if Java finds their potency with that spear off stage. And I think it just becomes one of those forces where you have to be so careful on that mid damage, because as soon as Java sends you off stage versus spear, you just get edge guarded so consistently, especially versus gauntlets and bow, who can kind of sometimes struggle versus it. But nonetheless, Balloonboy on the bow is able to close out that stock pretty cleanly here. And now Java coming into this stock with a little bit of extra credit. If we know anything about how this extra credit's been playing out, the person who has the extra credit tends to lose in this when these two play. So we'll see if Java can clutch this one out, or Balloonboy's going to take the first game.
Double Nair. Still doesn't lead him to the weapon throw. Java slap side air, sends him across the stage. He could be coming down to sudden death, unless one of them is able to get a clash off stage, just like Java did before, or unless one of them is able to hold on to a stock for much longer than anybody anticipated, like Java did before, or unless Balloonboy has another trick up his sleeve to, can't come back from the side sig now, or was that the D sig? Short. Last stock for Balloonboy. So extending these stocks, and also maybe trying to be a bit careful about over-aggressing, because that's something that really caught him and hit him in the back last time. And that was the fact that he was really chasing after Java, but Java was just able to not really quite run away, but space him out, and then really only pick the options he knew he would win. And so Balloonboy was being a bit too aggressive, and Java was able to just kind of say, all right, slow down, buddy. That's what I need to win. The end sig is what he needs to win over this first stock, and that is quite the way to do it, as Java is now the most comfortable lead that we've seen him in a while.
I feel like the Dusk was kind of went under the radar in terms of the Orb Legends. Of course, we see a lot of, a lot of that Red Raptor. We're seeing now Meg D on the Petra, but I think Dusk Orb Sigs are some of the most interesting Sigs in relation to the rest of the kit, and I think it works out usually super well. And especially with the Spear as well, which has one of those, grab up and slam down options to close out edge guards, and just having that little X factor, those Sigs that create that extra level of mental damage. It becomes so much, and already becoming too much for Balloonboy, who now is forced off stage and gets a little bit of a reversal with that down air into Sair. Doesn't find much more than that, though, as Java has lapped percent and a stock, so it's been pretty rough. Finally, Balloonboy closing out that with his side sig. This is getting a little out of hand for Balloonboy as Java finds their groove here.
Taylor recovery doesn't quite send, but still threatens Balloonboy stock. And Light doesn't quite connect, but still Java can't punish it with the ground pound, throw a spear to try and create more space. Oh no, that is extremely unfortunate. Balloon had to throw bow to try and come up with some bit more space, or maybe to snag gauntlets and continue to weapon starve Java, but still Java's gonna make the best of that situation. Is he able to make the best of this situation? Yes, he is. Comes back from the ledge guard, tosses Balloonboy around, continues to juggle him a bit. Balloon not finding a lot of his hits. You'd think that bow would probably be able to outrange Orb, but nah, there's a reason that Orb has been this the source of quite the conversation in the community over its place in the game and the meta, current state, and overall bar none. Currently, Balloonboy still just trying to juggle him around, returning the favor. Balloonboy able to even out the stocks.
That's so big. Java having such a large lead, especially with that end sig edge guard we saw on the spear, and now you're seeing Balloonboy getting back in the game on the gauntlets. The bow hasn't really found as much success as we want to see, especially into the orb and the spear, but the gauntlets have been doing tons of work as Java in a bad spot. Goes for that sig to try to catch Java getting anti off stage, and finally the sig does connect. Java having some resources, though, takes their time all the way back to the stage and is able to get back pretty safely there. It's not a death sentence when you get hit by that sig. It just becomes one of those situations where you can easily panic, but for a player like Java, nothing major. Balloonboy having some pretty good control of the juggle so far on the gauntlets. Now Java holding onto the soft platform, utilizing those down airs, gets the side light into the recovery, doesn't KO quite yet, but still, I mean, Java playing this vertical game where you're just trying to play above Balloonboy and avoid getting sent off stage, and exactly is what Balloonboy is doing now. Tries to read a dodge in place, doesn't give it to them. Java now on the orb, looks to try to close out this stock with the tried and true bread and butter. We'll see if Balloonboy can make something happen because it is all too close. The side air connects on the orb. It doesn't KO, but you're in such a bad spot. All your control is lost on the stage. Your exclamation points are coming out. And Balloonboy makes their way back, gets a little bit of a stutter step, and there's the uppercut and closes that one out from the clutches of defeat. Java with a big lead. Balloonboy taking the game.
Lead for him. Balloonboy just like you said, he came back from the jaws of defeat and had to narrowly close out a sudden death interaction. So I gotta say, if the game you win like, not stomp, not a complete stomp, but like still win pretty confidently, and the game you lose is one the opponent has to steal it from under the rug from you, I feel like Java could probably just keep doing what he's doing and find a very comfy spot in this set. 1-1 is not going to be as comfy as 2-0, but still, Balloon could take him off the side right here and make that a bit more difficult. Prove that that first game that he just won was not a fluke, was anything but, and that if he's able to build a lead in this game, that might actually really sway some scales.
I want to see a bit more of the spear from Java. I feel like Java's been kind of resorting to the orb a lot more, and I think that space is really great, the space that spear can give you versus Balloonboy, who's been finding success on both the bow and the gauntlets. You're going to see a little bit more of that success shine out here as Balloonboy is able to get the side air, catches the high recovery with the gravity cancel breakdance, and that's going to be a clean stock lead now. I mean, you're high damage, but does it really mean anything versus the gauntlets? Apparently it does, because as you go out for that down air, Java all too ready with the gravity cancel down light into the ground pound to tap in that stock. We're now into a 2-stock apiece situation, but Balloonboy is scrapping. He is boxing. No matter what weapon is in his hand, he's looking to push the initiative versus Java, who's been trying to find some space on the orbit, trying to space these down airs out, but I mean, the defense can only hold so long versus someone like Balloonboy who is just running you down.
this could be exactly what Balloon needs, and really proving that Game 2 was not a fluke. Game 2, maybe I didn't give the guy enough credit. Maybe it was not just a sudden death interaction. Maybe it's the fact that he was able to clutch out. Maybe it's the fact that he was able to hold on for dear life, that he won, and that it was not just the flip of a coin. Maybe I gotta put a little bit more respect on this Zariel's name, but still a few dares and dares to space him out. Java is going to be a very, very difficult wall to try and climb over. But right now, Java is still trying to recover, runs out of options, just barely dips below the end sig. Could have a reversal against the ground pound, but no, gets unarmed. He's able to punish the D-Light, but Balloon reads the drift in, places the recovery, and is able to give himself a not too comfy lead. It's not a big fat sofa, but still, he's sitting on a pretty nice lead.
That last stock was really just a series of good options from Java into a series of good options from Balloonboy, but you see there, of course, that stock's gonna be taken with that side light into side air. Good recovery on both of the ends. It's been very, very close so far. The leads are evaporating here as now they skirmish offstage Orb versus the Gauntlet. So far, Java finding the better of the interaction. Balloonboy with the juggle on Java now gets back to the stage and gets a downer into recovery. This is some big damage on the Orb. Java has to do a little bit more damage because Balloonboy having that Zariel defense is going to be so helpful in living, you know, one or two more side airs. Nice weapon toss to try to break the mold. Java getting ready forward with that neutral light on the spear, and so far it's been just one or two hits, and now we're both looking for that big haymaker to close out the stock. We'll see who lands it first here.
Was able to clutch this out earlier, but Java knows how to keep the game in their control. Who is able to turn this out off stage? Java tends to win in those situations. You see that smirk on Dusk's face. He knows what's up. He knows what's happening. That game, if that went any different, I guarantee you Balloon would have had a fantastic opportunity to snipe that game for himself. Both players know they don't want this to go to a sudden death. They don't want for both of their health bars to be smothered in barbecue sauce red. They know they want a lead going into the closing few hits, but so far neither of them have really been able to create that for themselves the past 2 or 3 games. But still, Balloon having excellent stage control. Bo is such a good weapon for stage control, and he's using it so well. Oh my goodness, that is someone who's practiced their character. That is a sign of mastery. From Diana to Zariel, that's the guy who knows Bo.
I was talking into that last, or the beginning of the last game, that I want to see more spear from Java. I think Java doing that correctly, even closing out the game with the spear and air. What I want to see from Balloonboy is the bow in a way to create space and kind of punish Java for playing that defensive game plan, and then coming in with the gauntlets to close with the stocks. And we're kind of seeing that here where Balloonboy getting some big damage, just holding onto the stage with the bow. Java, nice side air with the defense on Zariel, is going to live that hit, but he won't live the subsequent down air to close out that edge guard. Puts the exclamation point with that orb down air, and that's going to be a clean 2 stock apiece here. We just literally wiped the stocks down just to 2 each. It's even now once again.
Chasing after the side light, still able to punish the dodge, but still finds his way back to stage after the clash. Balloon would be having a fair time right
no
here,
dodge.
but still back. Sweat beads coming out. Nair weapon throw into a pickup recovery. That would have been a highlight. I would have played the game right there. Still, side take off the side of the stage, whiffs. Java doesn't read the drift in, and Balloon could be having the key to success fall in his hand right here. Nair to cover his head. Balloon picks up Bo, dashing around the stage, punishes the D-Light with a GC side light that doesn't lead into anything lethal. He dares to touch the side of the stage, throws orb, but Balloonboy knows what's gonna happen, is able to dodge out of the way of a side dare. However, Java starting to corner him with orb. The recovery sends him out. Is this the last of Balloonboy's winners bracket stock, or will the man clutch up to game 5?
It's been pretty rough for Balloonboy so far, as Java has been playing so sneakily as well, like going for these options off stage that you know, you're safe going for, but if they work, just are the end of your stock, and I mean the pressure just builds up versus Java and Balloonboy struggling here, but gets an air into the side air, gets the true confirm, and that's going to be a stock apiece here. Now we're last stock, game 4. Balloonboy needs this stock to force a game 5 situation. Java is 1 stock away from that top 8 spot punched in on the orb now, and we saw the orb success versus the gauntlets and how well it's been controlling the space and controlling the neutral game. You're trying to look for more of that as Balloonboy has been, I feel like, an 80% success rate on hitting these sidelights on the gauntlets. You got to not get hit by those as Java, and Java looking to do that by using that soft platform as a mix-up to avoid the grounded game, because Balloonboy, as soon as he stacks on Java, it is just damage on Java guaranteed. Java has to go high here, baits the high recovery, goes low. Balloonboy getting caught in the mix-up, but getting sent down with that side air is Java. The ground pound comes through, and that's going to close out the game 4 and force a game 5 situation. Balloonboy takes the stock with the ground pound on that side air. He was hating Java so much for being stacked. Eventually, the pressure was just too much for Java. The same thing Java's doing with the orb, Balloonboy is doing on the gauntlets, and it is working out so well. We are now in game 5. Welcome, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Loser is in the elimination side of the bracket, so we need to see who has it here to force or to win this game 5 situation. I did not think this was going to be this close, but Balloonboy continues to rise as the balloon he is, and it's showing here now, looking to punch their ticket into the top 8 winner side. I'm here for the upset. I live for the upset, so let's go Balloonboy. See if he can do it.
Find anything. Still, Java has some phenomenal control of the stage right here, and even control the off stage. As the Nair, we did see that Nair close out, getting a little bit of deja vu, or you can call it a bit of a dramatic callback, whichever way you want to sway. Dare sends him away. First side sig coming from Java's spear doesn't connect to anything. Probably would have been lethal, but still, Java actually could be giving up some control, trying to play the spear a bit more defensively, especially into either Balloonboy's weapons, or maybe it was just the gauntlets, because now that the guy is bow, he's thrown himself off stage, or just knows that it is off stage where the guy plays best. Java, one of the most confident and competent players off stage, probably in the entire world. Balloon still playing confident as ever. Sweatbeats coming out, can't find the Sair, can't find a way to return back from all these stairs and Sairs. Is this Java's game? Is this Java's game?
It's just so clinical at that point. Java covering every mix-up and every option on that wall. I mean, it all started with that down air, then covering a high recovery with a side air, then covering another low recovery with a dare, and then finding a weapon toss, and then 2 side airs to close out the stock. Literal perfect surgical precision to close out that stock on the spear. I was talking about the usage of the spear and how you can struggle to recover versus it, and Java's showing exactly that. We are now in the 2 stock to 1 situation as Balloonboy on the bow was able to close out that stock now. Balloonboy's made comebacks before, but if Java can continue the dominance, this could be curtains. But Balloonboy with a big open up gets the Nair to send back off stage. Java in a bad spot, has to go low to avoid that ground pound. Java now back on the aggression. The Nair into recovery comes through, and now we're back to more of what happened in the last stock with Java having the corner to Balloonboy on the spear. But a slight overextension is going to give Balloonboy another chance. You can never put Balloonboy away, it seems like. Java just kind of swinging a little bit too much. Maybe the nerves are getting to Java here. We talk about their resilience as a player, but nerves get to everybody eventually, and I think they might be getting antsy to close out this game, because now Balloonboy looks to force a last stock situation, has the bow versus Java on the corner. Can they get back comfortably? No. Oh, they can! They avoid the sig. I thought that sig was surely connecting, but still Balloonboy just has these edge guards and has no resources on Java. What's going to happen? I feel like we're going last stock here. Am I crazy?
Oh, we might, especially considering how high that
Nair
sent, how far that Sair goes.
Wait a minute.
Balloonboy is able to send it to the last stock and has re-lapped Java up in damage. But still, here is where the question lands. Java is on board, which is where he's been able to find a lot of these KOs very, very comfortably. And Balloonboy has demonstrated the fact that he's able to move and adapt, improvise, and just outplay Java's spear, but still, Balloonboy's pressure is just immaculate. He's barely really getting hit by a lot of things that Java's throwing out in neutral, and is choosing to connect to a lot of his right moves. Like, y'all remember that one N-Sig earlier that almost KO'd Java off the side? That was quite a bounce. Still, that dare is also going to be quite a bounce of his own. Still trying to chase around Orb. Balloonboy, you said the pressure could be getting to Java, but Balloonboy's got some weight on his shoulders right here with that side air landing. Java is able to clutch out the game 5. This man is more than comfortable landing himself top 8 as he has done so for year after year after year. We have most of our spots filled out for winter semis.